This is Facebook Live. I'm John,
I'm Damaris.
and this is our first conversation about medium work, working with energy, working with psychic phenomena, and working with connecting to the spirit world. And so I'd like to say welcome to Damaris. And we're both going to maybe tell a little bit about our own story to start with and where we're coming from. So over to you, Damaris.
Yes. Okay. I'm from Spain, and I just start feeling the connection with the energy. I think when I was young. Yes, 6 years old. I think I saw my grandfather, who died. He was died, and I saw him like, wow, I know he's died. What happened here? And then he said like this with the hat, like saying bye. And then when I start talking to my mother and my grandmother about it, oh, I saw my grandfather. And they say, oh, what are you talking about? My mother said me, don't talk with your grandmother about it. She's very sad, please. And then I think this connection is like stop, yeah. And I cannot remember more things about spirits, but I always remember I feel a lot with people, or when someone is crying, I feel the emotion, yeah, all my life.
So you're very empathic.
Yes. I'm very empathic. I feel, when I'm talking with someone, I can feel a lot of things, yeah. The emotions, yeah, I feel a lot of the emotions. I'm working with like the emotional body.
The emotional body. And Damaris, how does that relate then to energy, or kind of, more subtle awareness?
Yeah, at first, when I felt the spiritual thing was, I was scared because I saw shadows, I saw gray things, and I felt a lot of fear. And I was thinking, oh my God, demons. Yeah, because my ex-religion. And yeah, a lot of fear at first. And like, what is this? And I was feeling good feelings and bad feelings. It's like cold and warm feelings. Yeah, it's like when I felt spirit, not very good energy, I felt like cold, like yeah. When I feel warm, or I feel good, peaceful, it's like, wow, this is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk about spirits, sometimes I talk about energy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it could be both. Yeah.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah. Yes. Of course. And so you're empathic in that you feel other people's emotions very strongly, but you also then feel energy, and the energy of spirits.
Yeah.
Cold or warm, as you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I can feel when someone died. Yeah, I can feel this person, and if this person is not going to the light, yeah, is not going to the next step, is here in our dimension, I can feel when another human has this energy, yeah, with him or with her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, and I always feel like different.
Okay.
I feel sometimes spirits next to me in my energy, and I feel sometimes like headache, or is habitual the feeling here like, oh, I have weight here, like a big bag in my back, and it's like, oh, and in the mornings, yeah, it's like
Tension in your jaw.
Yeah, a lot of tension. And it's like, I need to clean my energy.
Okay.
at first I was thinking is like I need to stop these spirits and say go, yeah. And then it's like sometimes it's increase my vibration, increase my energy, my love. If my energy is high, I cannot feel the astral spirits, the more cold spirits, or the emotions, the energy that we feel like sadness or fear, these kind of things. If my energy is good, I can feel good energy. Yeah, it's like increasing my own energy.
So hiring your vibration, allows you to feel, or lowering your vibration, is it?
Yes, when you feel an emotion, imagine you are in a car and then another car stops you and you think, this is an emotion of fear maybe, or oh my God, and then I feel it's like your emotional body has like a hole, or like something is broken there in that moment. And if you are in peace, like you are okay, nothing happens, I'm fine, like Buddha, like it's all okay. Yeah? Your emotion is still good and you can continue. But if you are, oh my God, what's happening? It's like you express this emotion, and if there is other energy, you can call energy, you can call spirit, with the same emotion, it's like it's attracting to you.
Okay.
And then you can feel this.
So like attracts like, is it?
Yes.
So if my vibration is low, I'm attracting energies of a similar vibration.
Yes, it's like if you are sad and you lost someone, or you lost, it's like, oh, and you wanted to listen music, like it's melancholic music, and it's like, oh, and if you put another music, it's like, okay, I cannot feel this music, if you want to dance, if you are feeling sad and you want to dance, it's difficult, because your vibration is low, and oh no, today I'm not feeling this. But if you are doing, even if you are not feeling, if you try to do and you start dancing and you change the music and you change your energy, it's good, because you can, and if you have other energies, they cannot stay with you.
Okay, great. So, and so how do you know the difference between, say, feeling the emotion of somebody who's, say, alive, or, sitting with you, or somebody who is a spirit who has died?
At first it was not easy. Because at first sometimes you feel, it's me, or it's another person.
Yeah.
If you are feeling okay, and then you feel, wow, I have a pain here, this is sore, and it never hurt me here, never, what happened? If you use this hand too much working, yes, there is a reason, but if you cannot find any reason, it's like, okay, it's not mine.
Okay, so it's not yours, it belongs to somebody else.
Yes, first is this, it's not mine, it's not my emotion, because sometimes not always, it's our emotion, because if we attract, we have this emotion too, and we need to work with this emotion too. If we release this emotion, this energy, this spirit is gone. It's like, no. I think the positive part is like, if we attract this, is to work with this, because sometimes when we feel something bad in our lives, because if it is something good, we have joy and it's high vibration, and we have no problem with this. But when sometimes it's something bad you feel, we put this emotion, okay, I don't want to feel this emotion, I don't want to feel the sadness, I put in the back, and it's like, but it's still there, and then you say, oh, what happened in my life? Every person is coming to me sad, oh my God, what happened? It's like, yes, the life is like a mirror.
Okay.
All the time it's coming to you, the thing you need to work, to release.
To work with.
Yeah, because the emotions are still there. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Damaris.
Yeah. And what about you? Now it's your turn. When you started to feel...
Yeah, for me, it's an inner awareness. I always like to talk about my awareness of energy and psychic awareness or the spirit world as an inner awareness as opposed to an outer one. So, that, for me, that differentiates between, being crazy and being sane.
Yes.
So I remember one of my teachers once said many years ago, I'm very mad, but I'm sane with my madness. And I think that was a lovely phrase that always stuck with me. So I always like to say, when I'm working with a more subtle energy or vibration, and tuning into what the energy of something, that is an inner awareness. And I like to think that I've learned to read energy like a language. So for me, energy is just another language, and I can read the energy of people, I can read the energy of my environment, the atmosphere I'm in, or the energy people have left behind in a certain place. And then even more subtly, because I kind of was born that way with the faculty of mediumship, I can read the energy of people who have died and higher beings, higher consciousness. And so in order to do that, I tune into my inner self, and I when I tune in, I either raise or lower my vibration, as you were saying, depending on what I want to achieve. And then it's almost like an inner listening. And in the religion of spiritualism, they have lots of words for that, clairsentience, and so on. But the way I like to think of it is that I'm listening to the energy, and then I allow my mind to interpret it for me, which is what we do with language anyway.
Yeah.
I'm learning Spanish at the moment, and I hear all these words that, a lot of them, they don't make any sense, but then my mind is able to interpret some of them because I've learned that I have an association, so when I hear the word coche or car, I see a picture of a car, and so it interprets that sound, the word. It's the same for me with energy. My mind interprets the energy, and it gives me images. It gives me colors, it gives me images, and it even to the degree that it gives me words. It gives me words. So for example, if I'm working with someone who has died, or perhaps my own guides, spirit guides, I can hear them with my inner voice. And I like to say it that way, specifically. So I can, because what they're doing is we're communicating energetically. And with the language of energy, then my inner, I hear the words as an inner voice.
It's like your thoughts.
Yeah, like my thoughts, but they're not mine. They have a specific voice that belongs to someone else.
Okay, it's not the same voice like when you are thinking. Yeah.
Exactly, it's not the same voice at all like I'm thinking. It's very different, and sometimes I might get images as well because I'm quite visual, and other times I'll get feelings, sensations, and like yourself, emotions, in the body. So if somebody has died and they bring their energy to me, and then I allow myself to interpret their energy, I can feel in my body then maybe how they passed. I can feel what emotions they are trying to transmit or carrying still. And then I can link on a mental level and start to know and hear what they're telling to me. And I think, for me it's really, my whole life is about teaching, and I just, the whole idea of energy as a language, I think helps to get rid of a lot of the fear and a lot of the misunderstanding around reading energy and psychic and medium work. Because I think there's a lot of nonsense in the world around it. And obviously people can put it down and judge it and so on. But for me, it's just very simple. I am fluent in the language of energy, and as many people are. I was fortunate in that I incarnated into a family where on my mother's side, she had that sensitivity, and her mother and so on. So it was in the family, but she didn't want to use it.
Yeah.
And for me, I was kind of similar, that you mentioned your religion, and I grew up in Catholic Ireland, and so and I used to work in a lot of Christian universities, so I would never talk about my ability to read energy. Even though I also studied in Buddhism, and then I went to England and I studied as a spiritualist. So they have a whole religion dedicated to the development of psychic and mediumistic abilities. It doesn't necessarily make those people spiritual in any way, but it is a faculty that can be developed.
Do you think everybody can develop this?
I think everybody can develop it, because if you can learn a language, well, then you can learn the language of energy. Obviously, some people will be better at languages than others, like any language. So for me, I have a gift for this particular language, if you like, and as has other people. So, I even, at this moment in time, I even like to stay away from even maybe the word medium or psychic, because it has such a charge in the Western world. And I like to say, no, I read energy.
Yes.
That's what I do. And it's an inner, and then my mind interprets it for me in lots of different ways. And it's an amazing ability, as you know, to have that, I can go into a room and I can sense the atmosphere in the room. When I meet somebody for the first time, I'm reading the energy of that person. And so they might speak and say things to me, and I'm listening to what they're saying. And like you, Damaris, you feel empathically what they're feeling on an emotional level, but also energetically then I'm picking up.
Yeah, maybe a person you can say, how are you? Say, I'm fine, thank you. And you say, seriously.
Yes, exactly. Come on, tell me the truth, Are you really fine? So, and then energetically, I find it really helpful, interestingly, with clients that I have. So I might work with somebody on a one-to-one, and I mightn't have seen them for a year or two. And they come back to me, and all of a sudden, I remember everything that they had told me before. Not because it's in my head, but because when I tune back into the energy of the person again, it's like an encyclopedia of information that the person is carrying around with them.
The library of the person.
A library of the person, yeah. And I can read it. And all of a sudden my mind starts to, go, oh yeah,
And it's good because sometimes we lie to ourselves. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, no, I'm good with it. It's like, and we need to be sincere and with our emotions, no? And with
absolutely, and again, the reading energy, I think, is an art as well. So, you're always. I think. In many ways, for me, I had to come to Spain to overcome my fear of, I suppose, being judged for doing it. And to acknowledge that this is a part of me. And it's interesting because I think in many ways there's so much oppression, and has been in the past, around anyone who reads energy. And even in the media today, people who do psychic readings or mediums and so on, they're ridiculed so much in television shows, in films.
Yeah.
The crazy woman who talks to spirits, you know, the crazy psychic with the crystal ball. I mean, there's this ridicule around it all. So to come out almost and say, this is what I do, or this is part of who I am, I think is really powerful. And, you know, and to overcome the fear. Even in the Catholic Church, there's huge oppression. And in the Bible it says sorcery is a sin.
Yes.
And of course that seemed to apply to anything really. Although what they were originally pointing at was, you know, dark kind of magic, where you wish harm to other people.
Yeah.
And of course that's not a good thing. But, you know, the other side of it is that reading energy and being able to have a direct experience of the world energetically is incredible.
Yes.
Isn't it?
We can have all, we have all this, to feel the nature, to be one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you are one with someone, like you can read, it's amazing.
Absolutely, and to be in nature is a wonderful, because it's a sense of, it's not, the separation between you, myself, and nature disappears, and we are communing, we're at one with nature. And then obviously, you know, as we move inwards more and more through our meditation and our inner work and so on, we begin to connect with higher consciousness.
Yes.
And anyone can do that. I mean, that's the beauty of meditation work and inner work. You begin to connect to higher consciousness and ultimately have a direct experience of, maybe we'll call it an indwelling God or the universe that's inside us all and that connects us all.
Yeah.
And that expresses for me as incredible presence and love and just a knowing that, you know, and knowing that I'm not alone. And it's just, and then on a day-to-day level, obviously great guidance and insight and intuition around my work and my day and so on, because I'm always seeking to listen inwardly for that deeper discerning voice.
It's like be one with the universe. It's like the cycle of the rain,
Yes.
and the cycle of the life. And when we are with our conscience and we are with our vibration high and feeling, we are part of the universe in the right way, in the cycle
in the cycle of life. Absolutely. And the thing is, when you go inwards deep enough, or when you deepen within yourself, and you can't but meet spirit. You can't but meet spirit. Now, whatever language you want to use around that, and even the spirit world, you can't but meet your ancestors, people who have gone before us, and so you can't not meet that, because that is part of our deeper identity. So for me, and I guess for both of us, we were born with a sensitivity to that.
Yeah, and we both had fear to show this and to talk with other people, because it's like at first there is something that you don't know.
Yeah.
And when we don't know something, it's like, you have fear. And the first step is like, okay, to understand, what is this?
Yeah.
And we did this step.
Yeah.
And now we are here trying to share this, because maybe there are people that they have this fear, like, what is this? I feel something, or I can see, or I can read the energy in other person.
So many people, and maybe you're one of them, who have a sensitivity to energy. When the mind tries to interpret what they're reading and picking up energetically, they think I'm mad, they're mad.
Yeah.
They think they're crazy, And then, of course, for many people, then they get medicated
Yes.
and it shuts them down. And that's the end of that. Do you know?
The doctor said me, I had fibromyalgia when I was 19 years old. Okay? And they tried to give me pills, and yeah, my body never accepted. I was feeling bad, very bad with the pills. And then with the time, I tried to do a lot of things, exercise, good food. Yeah, I changed my life, and my vibration was high. Yeah, and then I was thinking, what happened? Because was suddenly I was one morning good, feeling good. Yeah, walking to the high school, doing all the things, and then just the other day I was feeling so bad, without energy, like this, without memory. I couldn't think. It was so difficult for me to think, and now I know that was an emotion that I had in the past, and it was a big emotion, like bad emotion, and then I attract a big energy, a big spirit that
Yeah.
I was, and I know was this,
Yeah.
because I felt in my life many times this, like, wow.
Yeah.
And when I clean my energy, when I increase my vibration, disappear.
Well, that's it. And so it depends what lens you look at these things through. So if you look at the lens, an energetic lens, if you're looking at things through an energetic lens,
Yeah.
then the language changes. So, you know, we talk about cleaning our energy, raising our vibration, getting rid of negative attachments.
It's another language.
Yeah, it's a different language, like any context, you know. So what myself and Damaris are hoping to do is to continue these conversations and online,
Yes.
and then we will maybe develop more as we go along. Is there anything more we want to say, or we wrap it up, Damaris?
Next.
Wait for the next episode. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you.
And good night. Thank you so much.